Deep inhalation, retain for as long as possible the breath, and then consciously exhale. Focus on the breath. So, throughout the day, our mind is defocused, at least for these few minutes. Focus only on the breath and then do this pranayama systematically. It will help you quieten the mind, also relax the body. So, through this process of systematic conscious pranayama, one should relax the physical body, quieten the mind, and when the mind is quietened, Upanishad mantra advises us to focus on the supreme truth, the Brahma Tattvam. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma tat jalaniti shanta upasita. So, shanta upasita. Mind is calm. Do upasana, upasita on Brahman as Sarvam khalvidam. Verily, everything around us is the supreme Brahman, the only truth. So, you should understand this mantra. When the mantra says that everything around is Brahman, it means the only truth, the only reality around us is only Brahman. From this supreme truth, absolute reality, arises the relatively real universe. Sushti Sthiti Layam. Tat Jalam, Tajam, Tannam, Tallam. So, in that arises from the supreme truth arises the universe, rests in it for some time and then vanishes. So that is a cycle of creation which is relatively real. Focus on the absolute truth. And so to better appreciate the truth, Upanishad mantra points out that the same supreme reality, which is the nature of pure consciousness, is available within each and every individual as the Atman. And so the mantra says, Ashariram sharireshu anavasthveshvavasthitam mahantam vibhumatmanam matva dhiro na shochati. Sharireshu ashariram. In this physical body, there is a supreme principle of the nature of pure consciousness, existence, and bliss, which is ashariram, not connected with the aspects, characteristics of the physical body. It is a consciousness principle different from the matter principle, but it is present within the body, which enlivens the body, which makes all the functions happen, but not connected with the impressions of the activities, events of the physical body. Anavasthveshu avasthitham, present in three states of experience: waking, dream, and deep sleep. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. But it is once again not getting affected by any of the events of the three states. That's what we need to understand. I am existing in the three states, but I'm unaffected. That is the only way to get permanent peace and happiness. No other way. There is no other way. Nanya pantha ayanaya vidyate. Anavasthveshvavasthitam tam mahan. That is the greatest, supreme principle. Vibhum, most glorious. Very fact, it is existent, enlivening, part of every function, but unaffected. That is the glory. Vibhum Atmanam. Where is it? It is your own true nature. What you should do? Matva. Focus your attention. Kashtidhiraha pratyagatmanamikshati. Avrita chakshuhu amritatvam icchan. Who is desirous of permanent peace, happiness, bliss, will focus on this Atma Tattvam. Without this, there is no other way one can attain permanent peace. So, Matva, no, by systematic study of Vedanta Shastras, Dhiraha, that's when you become a Dhiraha, spiritual person focusing on this Vedantic studies. Nashochati, goes beyond all sorrows, attains immortality. So, knowledge of reality bestows immortality. So, how to move step by step to this knowledge of this absolute reality, which is called Param Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. First, through understanding of Saguna Brahman, Bhagavan is explaining now in the 11th chapter. Let us study now. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतं वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिंधुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्मम् ॐ. All of you chant Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunmanti Dimyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samaga ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ओम श्री कृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्री भगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पंडितं बुधाः ओम शांति शांति शांति. Now the important 5 shlokas, how to manage the world. श्री भगवानुवाच दैवी हेषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं महाम्यहम् मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढाणि मायया. So understand this ultimate truth, which is the only way to get permanent peace. प्रपंचो यदि विद्येत निवर्तेत न संशयः मायामात्रमिदं द्वैतम् अद्वैतं परमार्थतः. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगः. Let's chant shloka number 2. Arjuna uvacha bhavaप्ययौ हि भूतानां श्रुतौ विस्तरशो मया त्वत्तः कमलपत्राक्ष माहात्म्यमपि चाम्ययम्. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It is called as Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So, what is the development up to the 11th chapter? In the previous chapter, in the 10th chapter, Bhagavan explained his vibhutis. What are the types of vibhutis? There are 2 types of vibhutis, Daivi vibhuti and Laukika vibhutis. And why did Bhagavan explain? Because Arjuna asked. So look at the Guru Shishya Sambandham. Whatever Arjuna is asking, the Guru, Jagat Guru, Krishna Paramatma is giving the answer and providing the information. So that slowly he is moving Arjuna to the ultimate truth. Please understand, the path of spirituality to attain the ultimate truth is a systematic, slow, and steady process. It doesn't happen overnight. If somebody says, I was sitting below a tree, on that day I got awakened, I got the knowledge, all that is nonsense. Don't trust anything that is put in the internet. Nothing happens suddenly. And many people say, on this day, I got realization. Another big nonsense. No, it's a systematic process. Look at the traditional way. Everybody has to go through a systematic study of the Shastras, Vedanta Shastras under a guru for a significant period of time for us to attain this realization. Are you all clear? So don't trust anything that is there in the internet. No, this person was sitting there, suddenly he got realized, he went up some hill, sat somewhere. Nothing is going to happen. And let me tell you very clearly, you cannot get jnanam through dhyanam. The so-called meditation will not lead to jnanam, will lead only to chitta shuddhi, purification, quietening of the mind, knowledge of reality, so-called realization, atma jnanam, brahma jnanam will happen only by studies Vedanta Shastras, not by bhajana, not by japa, not by dhyanam, not by inner engineering, not by art, not by any means. So please understand, and that for that practical proof is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Even though Bhagavan explained Atma Jnanam as early as second chapter, why is the remaining 17 chapters being developed? Because systematic process of knowledge, it's a Jnana Margam. And so slowly when Arjuna started understanding something about the true nature of Bhagavan. So what is Ishvara Tattvam is equal to Para Prakriti plus Apara Prakriti, pure consciousness plus matter, Brahman plus Maya. So in that Maya Tattvam, which is matter principle, which is present everywhere, Arjuna realized that Bhagavan should be manifesting. So he said, before I understand completely the Brahma Tattvam, please explain to me the various manifestations which I can cognize. And that's how the Vibhuti Yoga, 10th chapter, was developed and completed. So Bhagavan explained the various manifestations. And after completing the Vibhuti Yoga, Bhagavan kept quiet. If Bhagavan keeps quiet, then somebody has to speak. Who has to speak? Either Sanjaya or Arjuna. In this case, Sanjaya is not intervening now, because later in this chapter, Sanjaya will have to intervene. So in this case, Arjuna asks a question. Basically, before asking that supreme important question, Arjuna wants to give some background to the question. So always I keep saying, don't ask open-ended questions. Always say, what is that you understood? What is that you not understood? What is the clarification you need? All that you learn when studying the Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna, like a good student, has told Bhagavan that you have taught me Adhyatma Vidya, supreme secret teaching called Atma Jnanam, Adhyatma Vidya, which relates to the individual. Atman has been taught, which is also the Brahman you mentioned, right in bracket, which I have not fully understood properly. So, but at least knowing my true nature and knowing that my physical body, all the activities I'm going to do are all not absolutely real, but relatively real, bound by karma, bound by duty, bound by dharma. I am slowly getting out of my delusion, or understanding how to get out of delusion, how to get out of moham, is to understand what Arjuna's understood, that my true nature is Atman, which is pure consciousness, which is unaffected by the experiences, the three states of experience, Jagrat, Supra, Sushupti. But I continue to do all my activities without getting affected. So whoever performs all actions without getting affected, neither getting overjoyed nor getting into sorrow, neither getting excited nor getting depressed. Many people say, sir, today mood out, sir. I don't know what to do. Sir, no. How many of you complain? Today there is no mood. Right? So something happens, mood out. So even then you should understand that the mood or whatever is for the mind. I am not going to get affected. Are we able to practice slowly, if not 100%, at least quickly you should come back. So yes, because we are still not established in Atma Jnanam, every now and then we will go into some kind of what? Mood out and other problems. Yes or no, is happening or not every now and then? Huh? So immediately should remind yourself. That's why I keep saying attend the classes regularly. More and more you attend classes regularly, more and more the mind gets magnetized. I'm repeating n number of times. Today our mind is magnetized with all the worldly activities, worldly thoughts, impressions, or problems, so-called problems, other things. And so every now and then, even though you try and manage, it comes from within and again occupies the mind. More and more you attend these classes, you demagnetize from the world and magnetize the Atma Jnanam. And once the mind is totally magnetized as Atman, then everything, all the Vyavaharam, all the activities is only drama. My Guruji will say, Natka, Natka, Natka. Do you understand it? Slowly, that's how you get out of delusion. So Arjuna is saying, I am now what? Getting out of delusion. But still, no, even then we say, no, all that is there. Even then, there is something I need. So he says in shloka number 2, you also explain not only about the Atman, but about the Brahma Tattvam, because of which or from which the origination of all the beings, and also add in bracket sustenance and dissolution is happening. As part of explanation of your inexhaustible glories, you have mentioned that you are the Srishti Sthiti Laya Karta. Yes or no? Go back to the 10th chapter. Who does not download the ebook, go and download the ebook once again and revise. Again and again revise. So, Bhagavan is not only as Brahma Tattvam, pure consciousness, Achidana Swarupam, also the fundamental matter from which emerges the entire universe is sustained and dissolved. So, he is mentioning both. Now, you see, he is mentioning about Atma Tattvam, he is mentioning about Brahma Tattvam. When he says that, I have understood that the origination and dissolution of beings as being from you as part of your inexhaustible glory. What is he referring to? Atman or Brahman? Atman or Brahman? Anybody? Or in the class or outside the class? Physically present, mentally absent. Brahma Tattva. Please understand. I'm talking here about two types of knowledge. Adhyatma Vidya, which is Atma Jnanam, and knowledge of supreme truth, Brahma Tattva. Why? Later only Atman is Brahman. That will happen. 13 to 18. Are you getting the development? 1 to 6 is Atma Tattvam. That is sloka number 1 of chapter number 11. Summary. 7 to 10 so far up to now is knowledge of supreme principle, that is Brahman. One aspect is what? From which the entire universe emerges, is sustained and dissolved. Is Atman or Brahman? Brahman, functionally for now. Same Brahman is Atman. Later you will understand. But are you understanding? Right now. So, both Atman and Brahman I have understood. And because of Atma Jnanam, I have what? Slowly I am coming out of my delusion. All this I have heard. Okay. Now look at it. Atma Jnanam is what? Individual, or is it somebody else? Your Atma Jnanam is, where is your Atman? Is your Atman in somebody else's physical body or your physical body? It is individual. Correct. Okay. So far clear. It is within me. So I have to go and discover my Atman. Okay. But so-called Brahman is everywhere, Brihattamatvat, all pervading. So at this point in time, understanding Brahman is outside, right? In which all the creation, sustenance, and dissolution is happening. Now you see, shloka number 2 is very important foundation for shloka number 3. See how Arjuna is very smart. Atmajnanam I have got, delusion is gone. So I am not a totally foolish person. In shloka number 1, Arjuna is saying, I am not a fool. I have understood certain things. And this is what I understood about Atman. I also understood about Brahman, on which what? This is a substratum for creation, sustenance, and dissolution. So I want something with respect to Brahman. I want to know something with respect to Brahman. Are you getting the point? The follow-up question after 2 is not with respect to Atman, but with respect to the Supreme Param Brahma Tattvam. And so first, before going to question, which is going to come in question, sloka number 3, let us understand Padavibhaga Anmaya of sloka number 2. You understand now how the development of the 11th chapter is happening. 11th chapter development, Arjuna's question is based on what? Based on Bhagavan's explanation of the 10th chapter. 10th chapter is based on what? 9th chapter. Like that. Okay. So understand the systematic connection of Gita. It will take you a few years to understand the wonderful connection between all the chapters and also the shlokas. And then cross references. Okay. From this chapter to that chapter. All that when you study only, you digest the Bhagavad Gita very well. Look at PVA shloka number 2. All of you have downloaded the ebook. Who has not downloaded, please download. This chapter is quite difficult. It is a bigger chapter. Concepts are a bit difficult and it's very confusing. Lot of people have confused you enough. All the people, 99% who don't understand Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, and lecture Gita. Already they are confused. You are further confused. Together, Mr. Confucius will be reborn. Each of you. So be careful. Study systematically. Very complex subject. Because some people say Krishna Paramatma became like this. Everything came on him. How can it come? You should think, no? Anyway, now look at shloka number 2. Padavibhaga Anmaya. Bhavapyayau. So Bhavapyayau is a Dvivachana. Write down some Sanskrit. Whenever Aukaram comes, Ramaha Ramau. So means what? There are 2 words in the word Bhavapyayau. Bhavaha apyayaha. Write down. Bhavaha plus apyayaha. Bhavapyayau. Okay. Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau. Shrutau, here Aukara doesn't mean Dvivachana. So immediately don't become Brihaspati. Shrutau. Shrutau means, I'll give the meaning later. Okay. Shrutau vistarashaha maya. Okay. Pattaha Kamalapatraksha. Hey Kamalapatraksha. The Sambodhana Vibhakti addressing Bhagavan as Kamalapatraksha. Then Mahatmyam. Mahatmyam. Cha Avyayam. Clear? How many words? 12. Okay. Now look at the Anvaya. Hey Kamalapatraksha. Only one word you take there. He. Bhavapyayau bhutanam cha api avyayam mahatmyam shrutau maya tattaha istarashaha. Clear? PVA team? Should be very easy. See, when you study like this, then the meaning also becomes extremely clear. Now, meaning of the Anvaya. You want me to repeat? Okay. Hey Kamalapatraksha. Where is it? Tattah Kamalapatraksha. Third padam. He. Bhavapyayo. He. Then bhavapyayau. Bhutanam. Should be very simple. Cha api. Where is cha? Cha avyayam. That cha you catch hold of. Api. Before that, mahatmyam api. Cha api. Avyayam mahatmyam. Can you see the last padam? That is what is now coming here. Cha api avyayam mahatmyam. Shrutau. Come back to the second padam. Vistarash maya pattaha vistarashaha. Clear, no? PVA team, is it clear? Okay. Now look at the meaning. He Kamalapatra. Ksha. Kamalapatram means what? Kamalam means what? Simple Sanskrit. Kamalam means lotus. Kamalapatram means what? Lotus leaf. So Kamalapatra Aksham. Kamalapatra Aksham. So can call Bhagavan as person with eye of a lotus leaf. Lotus leaf is very, very famous. Here in lotus, the leaf and the flower, the flower blooms in the leaf, right? So just like a lotus leaf or lotus, your eyes are so beautiful. So what Arjuna is now doing? What is Arjuna doing now? Buttering. So when you go to somebody and say, hey, you are Indra, Chandra, you are the greatest, you are the most beautiful, all that. Why do you say that? Because you want something, a consistent pattern, all from age old days, right? Hey Kamalapatra. He didn't say hey Krishna, he didn't say Bhagavan, he didn't say Vasudeva, he didn't say anything. He said hey Kamalapatra. He means what? Verily. Verily, that means what? Clearly. With lot of clarity. What have I known? Bhavapyayau. Bhavaha plus apyayaha. Bhavaha means creation, origination. Apyayaha means dissolution. Together becomes bhavapyayau. So, verily, hey Krishna, the origination of all beings and dissolution of bhutanam. He is focusing only on beings. Means what? Slowly is disconnecting from what? The mountains, rivers, tree, wind and all this. Focus on living beings. Because that is what is more affecting us, right? So origin and the dissolution of all beings, bhutanam. Cha api. Cha api means what? As well as avyayam mahatmyam. Avyayam means what? Inexhaustible, never ending, that which will never get extinguished. Inexhaustible. Mahatmyam. Mahatmyam means glory. So Mahatmanaha idam mahatmyam. So you are inexhaustible. So what are the things? Now write down, Arjuna, what is saying. I have understood about the origination and dissolution of beings as well as your inexhaustible glory. Now in bracket you have to write down. The origin and dissolution happens from which principle? Brahman Ishvara Tattvam. Mahatmyam. Avyayam Mahatmyam. Inexhaustible glory. Now he has understood it is inexhaustible. If he had known it was inexhaustible, would he have asked the question in the 10th chapter? What did he say? Tell me completely about all your glories. So Bhagavan said, wait, pradhanyataha, I'll give you only some of them. Then finally when Bhagavan told that everything is my glory and there is no end to my glory, yes, mention that again here, Avyayam Mahatmyam. Good student, you see, he is willing to correct himself. That is a very good aspect of a student. A student may begin with some wrong ideas, wrong thinking, but over a period of time, you have to correct yourself based on the teaching of the what? Acharya. Are you getting the point? That's why teachers are there. You should listen to them and correct yourself. So, can you see so many things you are now? So many points you are getting. How to ask the question, how to correct yourself, how to state that I have corrected myself. So, Arjuna is saying, I am correcting myself. Your glory is inexhaustible. So both the origin and dissolution, Srishti and Layam, called Bhavapyayo, and the Mahatmyam, Abhyam Mahatmyam corresponds to what? Ishvara Tattvam. So slowly now you can understand. Arjuna is interested, focusing more and more on the Ishvara Tattvam. Shrutau. Shrutau means were heard. Karmani Prayogam. So I have heard about what are the aspects. Can you quickly summarize? Can put in the chat box. Srishti Layam, add Sthiti also. Srishti Sthiti Layam. And also Mahatmyam Vibhutihi. I've heard Abhyayam, inexhaustible Vibhutis. By whom? Maya. By me. So that is Karmani Prayogam. From whom? It came from what? Somewhere. Huh? Some people say, I listened, I heard this in my dream. I saw this in my dream. I got Atma Jnanam in dream. Whatever happens in dream, it's only dream. Please understand. In waking state only you have to know everything. So, from you. Pattaha means from you. Pattaha, from you. It is not tattvam. It is tvattaha. Tvattaha means from you. Tvam, tvattaha, from you. Tvam means you. Tvattaha means from you. From you, what vibhakti it is? Sanskrit basic. Vistarashaha, in detail. So he says, in fair detail I have understood. So now you're clear? Shloka 1 corresponds to Atma Jnanam, delusion is gone. Shloka 2 corresponds to the nature of Brahman, some aspects. Creation, sustenance, dissolution, and the vibhuti, which is inexhaustible. Arjuna says he understood. So what we should also say? We also have understood. See, while studying Gita, we are the Arjuna, exactly following what Arjuna is doing. So, now that you understood everything, so Bhagavan should be thinking. That means you should end Bhagavad Gita now, go back to fighting the Kurukshetra war. No, Arjuna has got some very important question. Let's see what it is. Shloka number 3. You see the development now? How the 11th chapter is beginning. Shloka number 3. Arjuna uvacha evametad yathathatvam atmanam parameshvara drashtumicchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama.
Arjuna uvacha evametadyathāthatvam atmanam parameshvara drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottama.
Very good. All of us together now. Arjuna uvacha evametad yathathatvam atmanam parameshvara drashtumicchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, there are two important sets of words you need to underline before we go into detailed meaning of this shloka. So Arjuna is calling Bhagavan twice. He Parameshwara, He Purushottama. Parameshwara. That means what? Bhagavan now is not Lord Krishna. Some people ask the question, is all this Lord Krishna? Lord Krishna is one aspect. What is the role Lord Krishna is taking on in chapters number 10, 11 and so on and so forth? It is Ishvara Tattvam or Brahma Tattvam, not a personalized, individualized God with name, form, quality, characteristics. Are you able to slowly understand difference between a personal God with name and form and quality and what Vahanam and Asanam and other things, so-called dress and everything, to Ishvara Tattvam, which is the principle. 99% of people don't understand that Bhagavan is a principle. Name and form and other things have been added so that we can get some basic connection. so that we can start getting connected to something. Without name, without form, says the principle, we don't get connected, right? For example, truth is a principle. Non-violence is the principle. How much of us are getting connected to truth and non-violence? Because it has no name, no form, it is conveniently forgotten. So some name and form is being put so that every now and then some way you remind. So here Bhagavan, what we are doing on a daily puja is very elementary, so that we start the religious or right path. God is a principle. So Parameshwara is a principle. Write down. Suddenly it doesn't become Ishvara. So if the people say Parameshwara means what generally we say? Lord Shiva, right? So is Arjuna calling Bhagavan as Lord Shiva? Parameshwara, Ishvara Tattvam. Purushottama. What is Purushottama? Uttama Purushaha. Luckily, you have studied the 15th chapter even before this 11th chapter in detail. Uttama Purushaha Purushottama. Principle again. Clear? Can have the name Purushottaman. People, a lot of people have Purushottaman name. What is the meaning of the word Purushottama? The principle Purushaha. Uttama Purushaha, the supreme principle. Okay, that is one. Second, Dashtum Ichhami. Two important sets of words I'm telling. I would like to see. This is the background. Now you see, all the development is to see something. So let us look at the meaning of this shloka. So first, Arjuna is acknowledging. So Bhagavan, all that you have explained, I accept 100%. As if no, he has to give certification. What Bhagavan is saying is correct. Like some people say, no, what Shankara said is correct. We should give certificate to Adi Shankaracharya or Krishna Paramatma said. Anyway, he's saying that all that you explained so far, it is what I accept. Just the way you have explained, it is just like that only. So I am not going to have any question or doubt about the way you told everything. That means what? Implicitly, I now accept through a system of understanding and conviction. Please understand the process of spirituality. Initially, it is faith. But over a period of time, it becomes knowledge and you get convinced. So when you get convinced, finally say, yes, I am the Atman as the Shastras are saying. And finally, when you understood that I am Atman or Brahman, you don't need to say, because Shastras are saying I am Atman. Because Shastras are saying I am Brahman. That's not what you will say finally. You will say, through the study of Shastras, I have understood completely. And so it is my conviction. So Arjuna is saying, yes, as I described, I'm accepting everything. Now that I have understood and accepted, it may be better for me to see visually the greatness of your glory. Now you're coming to key point. Many people study novels, study storybooks. After studying, they will say, it may be better if I see this in picture. Like that, many pictures are come. I don't want to mention because I don't bring unnecessary Laukika things into this. So they want to see. Similarly, Arjuna is saying, okay, I have understood all that you're saying. All this only in a verbal dialogue, but it is better for me to see. That means what? People believe in seeing. Like Guru has been saying, seeing is believing more than hearing. So trust your eyes more, is it? Whereas Shastra say, don't trust your eyes. No, without analysis. Don't trust your ears, what you're hearing without analysis. Only after proper analytical thinking of whatever you see or hear or feel or touch or taste, come to the right conclusion. Radhakrishnan sir, Kannal Parpadum Poi, Kadal Kerpadum Poi. Correct, Venkat Sitaraman. So, unmaya correcta, you should understand it. Oh, all this coming. See, balloon was coming. Somebody has to fix it for me. I don't know what. At that time, correctly it's coming. Vivekam is very important. Anyway, for now, Arjuna is saying, I want to see. Clear? All the development. And what happens once you see and also study and understand, what happens? Your knowledge becomes fortified. That is why Arjuna is saying, can you please help me see all this, what? Glorious aspects of you visually. Is that what Arjuna said? Let us see. Look at the Padavibhaga Shloka number 3. First two Padavibhaga, then Anvaya. Evam etat yatha atha. There is a word called atha, special word. So, atha tvam atmanam he parameshvara drashtum. So, this is not drishtum, it is drashtum. Drashtum ichhami te rupam aishwaram he purushottama. Clear? Very good. Now all of you are getting ready. So next course, Sandhya Vandanam Mantras, Kathopanishad. This methodology is very, very, very important. Let me tell you, Subramanian sir, and all of you, understanding meaning of Sandhya Vandanam Mantra is very, very difficult. Hardly anybody has ventured to do it. Even traditional people, they don't get into this area. So you're getting trained systematically through this PVA methodology. Then only you will understand all the meaning of mantras properly. Both Upanishads and all this Veda mantras. Okay. Now, look at the Anmaya. He Parameshwara. Etat evam. Are you able to catch all the words? He Parameshwara. Second padam, last word. Etat. Evam etat becomes etat evam. Then the same word. Yatha tvam atha. Yatha. Clear? Tvam atha. All in the first word. Atmanam. He Purushottama. Ichhami. Drashtum. Te. Aishwaram. Rupam. Clear? PVA? Or still doubt is there? Should I do again? If you got doubt, ask me, so that when going forward, you should not have doubt in the mind. When you go to the next step, previous step should be clear, like people are saying. Without clarity, you go forward and once again you'll go, what? Go back and all brooding. Is it clear now? I'll do once again. Parameshwara, he Parameshwara, etat evam yatha tvam atha atmanam. Atmanam. Purushottama, he Purushottama, ichhami drashtum te aishwaram rupam. For clear? Now look at the meaning. He Parameshwara. Now Arjuna's tone and tenor, attitude towards Bhagavan has further changed. Initially, Krishna was what? A charioteer. So what did Arjuna say first chapter? Take me in the middle of the battlefield. Show me so that I can see who all are going to fight. Clear? So that is the attitude. Slowly, then what happened? Confusion became higher and higher. Bhagavan became Guru. Write down. Slowly, write down all these things. Nobody tells all the internet. Doesn't see all this tattvam will not be available. Only nonsense available in internet. First charioteer, then Guru, Jagat Guru, Acharya, then Brahman, Ishvara, so he Parameshwara. Are you seeing? Now Arjuna is focusing on Krishna as what? Lord Krishna is that as a friend, as a person with whom he had played a lot of other games and everything. Who is now person in front of him? Parameshwara. Ken is writing correctly. So, see, look at the thinking. The questioning, before questioning, the attitude is what is developing. So, I am going to ask about something with respect to Parameshwara Tattvam. So, the same individual was seemingly a charioteer, seemingly a Jagat Guru, now Parameshwara. What is the greatness of Krishna Paramatma? Anybody? Also Bhagavan, Ishvara Tattvam, and also Jagat Guru. You say no one shloka in the beginning of no class every day. Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. What is the meaning of shloka? I never told the meaning. I've been chanting for so long. See, there are three aspects: Ishvara, Guru, and Atma. Ishvara is Bhagavan, Guru is teacher, Atma Shuddha Chaitanyam. So, for an ignorant person, all the three are different. Parameshwara is somebody, Guru is somebody, Atma is something else. Correct? And finally, everything, Ishvara has got a murti. What? A form. So, we have got one form, God's form, then Guru with form, Atma, formless so called. We are all things are different, correct? Ishvaraha Guru Atma iti bhedaha. Differentiation. Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. So this Vibhaga has been done through Ajnanam. But actually, what is the real reality? Vyomavat Yapta Deha. Vyomam means space. Just like space, all these tattvam actually are only formless principles. Guru is a principle, Ishvara is a principle, Atman is tattvam. Who gives you this knowledge? Dakshinamurti through Atma Jnanam Sadashiva. To that Dakshinamurti, I am doing Namaskar. Clear? Now chant the sloka with meaning. Understood? Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Okay, anyway. So now Parameshwara. Krishna Paramatma is now Parameshwara. Etat. Etat means it is. Evam. Just as so. That means what? Whatever you have told, it is just like that only. I'm not going to say, some people will say, no, something you have to add something here, to remove something here. Correct? When doing some alankaram or something, sometimes you'll add something, you'll remove something. You'll put something, you will remove something. Right? All that you will do. That's all with what? Physical actions. When it comes to principle, tattvam. So the original reality. So it is just so. Yatha tvam atha. Yatha. Yatha means just as. Yatha tatha. Yatha means just as. Tatha means so. As it is, so it is. So, yatha tvam. Tvam means you. Atha means describe. The Kriya Padam. Atha means describe. So, he says, hey Parameshwara, it is just so as you describe all. What has Bhagavan described? Atmanam, yourself. Here Atma refers to the individual. Which individual? Not Arjuna. Bhagavan. He's telling Bhagavan, hey Bhagavan, everything that I explained about the Vibhuti, about the glory, about the fact that from the Ishvara Tattvam, from the Brahman, the Srishti Sthilaya happens, everything, which is nothing but your own glory. It's about yourself, Atmanam. It is just so. That means what? There's nothing to question. It is perfectly right. I have understood. Clear? Huh? That means what? Is reiterating that all that you have told is something that I'm totally accepting now. Accepting not blindly. Accepting with conviction. Accepting with knowledge. So now I understood all these things. So Bhagavan should be thinking, understand everything. So what? Let's close. Hari Om Tat Sat. Let's go get back to work. Because for us work is different, Atma Jnanam is different, right? So Bhagavan is thinking, but he said, hey Purushottama. Who is Purushottama? Uttama Purushaha. So the supreme principle. So you remember what are the three types of Purusha in Purushottama Yoga? Luckily, we have finished Purushottama Yoga before coming to this chapter. Huh? Anybody? Write down. There are three types of Purushaha. Kshara Purushaha, Akshara Purushaha, Uttama Purushaha. Kshara Purushaha means that aspect which what? Dissolves or gets destroyed, which is nothing but matter principle, Maya Tattvam. That is manifested matter which will get destroyed is called Kshara Purushaha. Akshara Purushaha is unmanifested matter, Maya Tattvam, which will never be destroyed. Ksharam means that which is subject to destruction. Aksharam means that which is not subject to destruction. Are understanding now? Slowly I am revising. Somewhere you have to brush your memory, right? So you go back and revise the 15th chapter. You all chant 15th chapter many times. I asked them, you all chanting for food. For food they chant, it's good punyam. But thoda food for thought also karlo. What are the three Purushas in Purushottama Yoga? No one has answered me till now. So next time you should answer. Three Purushas. Kshara Purusha, which is manifested matter subject to destruction. Akshara Purushaha, Maya Tattvam, fundamental matter never can be destroyed or created. Akshara Purushaha. Beyond these two, the manifested matter and unmanifested matter, there is one supreme principle called Brahma Tattvam, which is the nature of Satchidananda Swarupam, is called Purushottamaha. Uttama Purushaha is Purushottama. Purushaha plus Uttama, can you see Uttamaha is equal to Uttama Purushaha? Anybody? Can you put the breakage of the word Purushottama? Uttama Purushaha means what? Now all of you say conviction. What is Purushottama mean? Purushottama means what? Brahman, Abba, be with capital, Atman, which is pure consciousness. Okay, so means what? Arjuna is saying you are Ishvara manifested with glory. You are also Purushottama, the unmanifest Brahma Tattvam. Now I want to see something. Ichchami drashtum. So Arjuna is quickly jumping into subject matter. He's not telling too much of stories. Okay. Many of you will see some films. They'll loop lot of unnecessary scenes for the first 40 minutes. They'll say, when will the real story start? You get fed up, right? So Arjuna is not making wait like that. Quickly is jumping into the topic of the 11th chapter. Ichchami drashtum. Ichchami. I desire. It is what? Uttama Purushaha. Ekavachana, Ichchami. Okay, Ichchami. Drashtum. Drashtum means to see. I desire to see what? Te. Your Aishwaram. Ishwarasidam Aishwaram. Divine. Lordly. That which is what? Not available in the plane of earth. Divine, it's very divine. Divine, Aishwaram, Rupam, form. So I desire to see now your divine form. That means what? There is a form of Krishna in front of him, correct? Now start thinking. Actually, Vishwabhusana is actually a lot of thinking than just a picture. There is a form of Krishna or not? He's got two hands, two legs, one body, all this or not? Okay. Does Krishna's character have 4 hands? Does it have 1,000 hands? What does he have? Normal like human being, like Arjuna. In fact, Krishna Arjuna are supposed to be same height, same gait, almost similar. Both are dark for information. Don't think Arjuna is very different. Both are very, one of the name for Arjuna is also Krishna. Do you know that? Anyway, so both are similar. Now he is saying, I desire to see your divine form. Very good, Venkatraman. I am seeing your human form. I'd like to see your divine form. That means what? What? Krishna Paramatma is coming as a human being, human form with 2 hands, 2 legs. Is it the real only aspect of Krishna? It is much more. Krishna Paramatma, Krishna Bhagavan or Ishvara Tattvam is beyond a physical form with 2 hands and 2 legs. I wish to see your very important word, underline the word Aishwaram Rupam. Aishwaram Rupam. It didn't say Te Rupam. Te Aishwaram Rupam, your divine form. So your divine Ishvara Tattvam means what? What is Ishvara Tattvam? Quickly, what is Ishvara Tattvam responsible for? Srishti Sthiti Layam. Now focus on that. No, technically Maya, Brahman or equation. Practically what? What is Maya? What is Brahman? What we need? Creation, solution, all that is happening. We want to see, right? So he is now coming to that Ishvara Tattvam, Aishwaram Rupam, which is responsible for creation, sustenance, and dissolution. So clear? It means what? He wants to see in through a picture creation of the entire universe, Nagasagar, sustenance and dissolution of the universe. So now think about it. The universe is dissolved. How can you show? How can you show creation, sustenance? You have to really think a lot when you study the Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Anyway, so what is the net of sloka number 3? Arjuna says, so he doesn't want Bhagavan to go back again and say, no, I am that important. I am Narutu, Nam, Kusuma, Karaha. He doesn't want to hear any of those. That's why he said, I accept everything. Sometimes when you want to proceed further, you say, and then don't repeat that anything. No, I don't want any of that. No, let's move forward. Tell me about the next subject. So similarly, Arjuna is saying, by saying that I have understood everything, it is just so that all you have told, I am not questioning anything. Arjuna doesn't want Bhagavan to go back and say, I am that, I am this. No, I want now something different. I desire to see. Very important. Underline this. So sloka number 3 becomes the fundamental foundation for development of 11th chapter. Clear? Time is up. So what is Arjuna saying? I desire to see Chami Drashtum Te Aishwaram Rupam, your divine form. Chant sloka number 4 and the class. Okay. Arjuna Vacha Manyase Yadi Tachakyam Maya Drashtumiti Prabho Yogeshvara Tato Me Tvam Darshayat Manamavyayam.
मन्यसे यदि तच्छक्यं मया द्रष्टुमिति प्रभो योगेश्वर ततो मे त्वं दर्शयात्मानमव्ययम्.
Very good. All of us together. Arjuna Uvacha Manyase Yadi Tachakyam Maya Drashtumiti Prabho Yogeshvara Tato Me Tvam Darshayatmanamamvyayam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I didn't take up the ebook today because many of you still not downloaded. Make sure in the next couple of days, download the ebook and be ready. All this, and first of all, to understand the organization of the 11th chapter, so that you can structure it properly, then what subject comes in which portion, how it is systematically evolved. For that, you need the ebook. So please download the ebook, print it. Don't keep it in the computer. I tell many times, computer Brahmagyani, keep it in computer. Take it, print it, study it, and be ready. Lot of these things require thinking. It's not just studying blindly. In sloka number 4 makes you think a lot. I'll give you one small example so that you can think through for the next 2 days and come back. On the one hand, Arjuna says your glories are inexhaustible. That means what? Infinite. At the same time, he says, show me something that is infinite. Can you show anything that is infinite? Tell me. Huh? So we'll have to understand it properly. So download the ebook and be ready. We'll continue in the next class, Saturday morning, India time, 7:30 a.m. Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsat. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta San Mangalani Bhukti. Hari Om Narayana Narayana.